Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going somewhere a little different, and for a significant portion of the watch community, somewhere genuinely exciting. We're diving into the world of Chinese micro brands and homage watchmakers, a corner of the hobby that has exploded in quality, ambition, and collector credibility over the past several years. These are watches produced by manufacturers who have learned from the best, invested in genuine quality control, and begun delivering timepieces that compete on objective merit rather than simply undercutting on price. Whether you're a budget-conscious newcomer or a seasoned collector curious about what Chinese watchmaking is genuinely capable of right now, these 5 picks will give you plenty to think about. Let's get into it. Number 5. Pagani Design PD 1662. The Pagani Design PD 1662 is the entry point that makes the strongest possible first impression for anyone approaching Chinese micro-brand watchmaking with cautious curiosity. A watch that borrows its visual language confidently from one of the most recognizable luxury sport watch designs in the world and executes that borrowing with a quality of finishing and a consistency of construction that its price makes genuinely difficult to process. Pagani Design has built its reputation on taking iconic watch silhouettes seriously rather than approximately, and the PD 1662 reflects that philosophy in its integrated bracelet execution, its sunburst dial finishing, and its overall case geometry, all rendered with a surface quality and dimensional consistency that comfortably exceeds expectations at this price tier. The Seiko NH35 automatic movement inside is the correct choice for a watch at this level, proven, reliable, widely serviced, accurate enough for daily wear and carrying genuine Japanese movement credibility rather than the anonymous Chinese ebauche alternatives that lesser micro brands rely upon. Sapphire crystal, solid case construction, and a bracelet with surprisingly well-finished end links complete a package that invites the kind of skeptical close examination that the watch forums are full of and holds up to it better than most people anticipate. The PD 1662 is the watch that starts conversations about what Chinese watchmaking has become, and those conversations rarely end where they began. The Pagani Design PD 1662 retails for approximately $80-$120 US. Number 4. San Martin SN0121G. The San Martin SN0121G represents a meaningful step upward in Chinese micro-brand ambition, a watch produced by one of the most respected and closely followed Chinese manufacturers in the international collector community, and one that justifies that reputation through a level of finishing quality and design resolution that the price makes extraordinary by any reasonable standard. San Martin has distinguished itself from the broader Chinese micro-brand market through a consistent commitment to case and bracelet finishing that prioritizes the details that experienced collectors actually examine. The sharpness of transitions between brushed and polished surfaces, the consistency of bevel geometry across all case flanks, the quality of clasp engineering and bracelet articulation. The SN0121G delivers all of these at a standard that invites direct comparison with Swiss watches costing 4 or 5 times as much, a comparison it does not lose as comprehensively as the price differential would suggest. The NH35 or SH movement options inside provide reliable daily performance, and the overall dial execution, applied indices, printed chapter ring, and handset proportions reflects a design team operating with genuine attention to the details that separate a considered watch from a merely adequate one. San Martin occupies a position of genuine respect in the micro-brand community not because of marketing but because of product, and the SN0121G is a clear demonstration of why that respect has been earned. The San Martin SN0121G retails for approximately $200, $300 USD. Number 3. Lobinni No.1028, the Lobinni No. 1028 is the Chinese micro-brand market's most compelling argument that genuine dress watch sophistication, the kind associated with formal Swiss watchmaking at prices that exclude most collectors, can be delivered at a fraction of the cost when manufacturing ambition and design discipline are applied with sufficient seriousness. Lobinni has carved out a distinctive identity within the crowded Chinese watch market by focusing on the dress and formal segments rather than the dive and sport categories that most micro-brands gravitate toward, and the No. 1028 is the fullest expression of that focus. The ultra-thin case profile, a dimension that demands genuine engineering discipline to achieve without compromising movement performance or case integrity, gives the number 28 an immediacy of wrist presence and a formality of character that thickness cannot fake, regardless of how much is spent on surface finishing. The dial quality is genuinely impressive. Clean, well-proportioned, with applied indices of consistent height and a handset that moves with the smooth, deliberate authority of a properly regulated movement. Seagull or Miyota automatic movements, depending on configuration, provide the mechanical foundation, both representing credible choices for a dress watch where absolute accuracy precision matters less than smooth daily performance and long-term reliability. For the collector who wants the experience of a thin, elegant dress automatic without the Swiss price of admission, the Lobinni No.1028 makes a case that is both honest and genuinely persuasive. The Lobinni No.1028 retails for approximately $150 to $250 USD. Number 2. Cadisen C8162. The Cadisen C8162 is the watch on today's list that most consistently produces the response of genuine disbelief from experienced collectors encountering it for the first time, a timepiece whose movement transparency, finishing quality, and overall design execution so substantially exceed the reasonable expectations established by its price that the initial reaction is frequently to check the listing again to confirm the number is correct. Cadisen has built its collector following on the strength of skeleton and open-work designs that showcase Chinese movement finishing at its most ambitious, and the C8162 represents that ambition operating at full conviction. The skeletonized or open-heart dial treatment reveals movement components finished to a standard that invites direct comparison with Swiss openwork pieces at multiples of the price, bridges beveled with genuine consistency, rotors decorated with acceptable anglage. Movement architecture presented with the pride of a manufacturer that considers the mechanical display a selling point rather than a risk. The Seagull ST movement family that powers many Cadisen references is China's most respected domestically produced caliber platform, carrying genuine manufacturer credibility and a service network that continues to expand as Chinese watchmaking gains international collector acceptance. Case and bracelet finishing across the C8162 reflects a level of quality control investment that separates Cadisen from the mass-market Chinese watch brands and places it firmly in the serious micro-brand category that deserves the collector community's genuine attention. The Cadisen C8162 retails for approximately $180 USD. Number 1. Steeldive SD1953S. The Steeldive SD1953S takes the top position on today's list because it is the watch that most completely and most honestly demonstrates what Chinese micro-brand watchmaking has become at its most capable and most confident. A timepiece that competes on objective specification and measurable quality against Swiss and Japanese dive watches at 3, 4, and 5 times its asking price and does not emerge from that comparison embarrassed. Steeldive has established itself as perhaps the most respected Chinese dive watch manufacturer in the international collector market, and the SD1953S is the model that most completely justifies that standing. The vintage-influenced case design, drawing on the great professional dive watch references of the 1960s and 1970s with appropriate reverence rather than careless copying, is executed with dimensional precision and surface finishing quality that reflects a manufacturer operating at the limit of what its price tier permits and consistently exceeding what that tier is expected to deliver. Unidirectional bezel action is crisp and positive. Sapphire crystal is properly fitted with anti-reflective coating. Lume application across dial and hands is generous and consistent, and the 200-meter water resistance rating is backed by construction integrity rather than merely stated for marketing purposes. The NH35 movement inside provides the reliable Japanese automatic foundation that serious tool watch collectors rightly demand, ensuring that the SD1953S performs as dependably as it presents. This is a watch that makes experienced collectors reconsider assumptions they have held for years about where quality begins and where price determines it, and that reconsideration, once prompted, tends to be permanent. The Steeldive SD1953S retails for approximately $150 USD.